ritualistic. Why are they here? They seem to belong to... I remember reading about something like this. People held large-scale ancient rituals periodically in their...
I see.
These cards. The Fraxidus is likely behind it.
The Fraxidus?
Yes. I don't know much about the Frax. It's a group of extremists obsessed with fusing humans with tacit discord.
Fusing humans and tacit...
We've seen signs of their presence in Jinzhou. Left by lower above the artificers are the overseers. Leaders with... no one knows their true intentions. Some members speak of world... There is one particularly insane overseer. A man who sees no order and revels in destruction. I've seen similar cards in the physical evidence file of the Fraxidus. They belong to this one overseer I'm talking about. If he's responsible for what happened to these villagers... Huh?
Guess you won't need my self-introduction. Oh, I spent so much time on it. If you need to hear it from cruel and twisted maniac. We deserve a meeting free of the girl, she's gonna sway your judgment. Don't worry, I don't plan to make you hate well. Let's just enjoy our time together for the moment. To begin with, I heard you've lost your memories. Before you knew anything about this world, you were already the center of conflict. You are the unknown variable we've been waiting for. From the moment you opened your eyes, everyone you've met, including that girl you care so much about, they all knew how valuable you are. The world is a cruel place. That's why I'm here. Because I see you as a dear friend. And I want... The truth hurts sometimes. You could say I'm looking. My goal is simple. I just... Come on. Observe the as you learn more about this world, your true desires will surface. And before that, I don't want anyone to disturb my precious alone time. Why do you have to... Maybe you should be asking me what I won't tell you everything just yet. That's too... So go ahead. What do you see? Bravo! Now, what is the conclusion you've drawn? How typical. The age-old tale of savage wolves and helpless lambs. Good and evil as clear as day. It's a tired story that people cling to in their mundane lives. Oh, how it keeps them in tune. But let me ask you this. Do you truly believe the real... Let me give you a couple. The truth is far more complicated than you think. First, who are an innocent girl? A revered leader, and next, what makes up false devotion, fleeting kindness, collective deceit, senseless killings, And the one vulnerable soul pushed onto a path of destruction by the mask. Now, Rover, I'm eager to hear your version after you've... Our story begins once upon a time in a peaceful village. In the day, they toiled for food. And when evening fell, fables. Stories told and retold through the ages. The ancient art of conveying hidden truth, but they always draw from the same story gets told by many. Whatever you learn from it is just one of countless different, like us now. Caught in a carefully crafted... This village marks the beginning of... So that magistrate led you here to meet... One day, the shepherd brought them promises of abundance and protection. Nope, quite the opposite. With a wave of his hand, the shepherd could grant his flock obeyed. They no longer had to struggle for survival. The flock worshipped their shepherd-turned-god. What's wrong? Imagine you were one of those lambs, facing irresistible temptation and pressure from your peers. Wouldn't you bow down and beg for food from your master? Oh, you are right. But the world we live in falls short of our ideals. The shepherd still reigns. It's up to the two of us. The lambs reveled in endless bonfire parties, celebrating their new god. As each night passed, it was the only one to notice how it's... Rover, do you think someone would give you what you want without taking anything from you? I once believed that too. Thought as long as I paid a high enough price, but true equality is the world was never a fair. To receive equal retribution, one must give when every wish comes with a hefty price. When they can make someone else bear, they all rush to make more wishes. They don't consider they too may one... Funny. Later, the shepherd openly blamed. On the next day, the white lambs welcomed them. The shepherd introduced an unspoken rule to this village. One, that our black... Suddenly, the once doting god stopped fulfilling wishes. After witnessing the black lambs' actions and hearing from their almighty... those oblivious lambs. Little did they... Well done. Now, I wonder, answer me and I'll reveal who was the real culprit behind the diminishing number of lambs. Indeed, he held all the power, fulfilling wishes. Unfortunately, in the face of such temptation, if they were given another chance, inevitably they accepted their... Now, my second question. What price did the Of course, as always, here's my final... Don't... What is the truth you've
The shepherd was granting wishes by sacrificing the lives of lambs. The flock found out the truth.
Little lambs cowered and huddled in their village, terrified of the relentless wolf packs. Until a shepherd arrived, bearing the gift of wishes and providing shelter and sustenance. Slowly, the shepherd gained control over the flock, and the lambs lived contented lives. But this is not the end of our story. The shepherd found the solitary black lamb in his flock and offered to grant any wish it desired. In exchange, he wanted one of its companions as a sacrifice. The black lamb refused, and it was shunned by its flock, left without shelter or sustenance. After the black lamb's exile, more lambs continued to vanish. The shepherd then blamed the black lamb for breaking the rules, and withheld his wish-granting power as punishment. From the very beginning, the lambs knew the risk of making wishes. They too could become sacrifices for those of others. But they always believed it wouldn't be them. Meanwhile, some lambs reasoned that since they had already risked being sacrificed for someone else's wish, it was then only fair to pass on that risk for a chance at fulfilling their own desires. And so they continued to play the game. They all knew the consequences, but chose to remain silent. Fearful, yet greedy, they followed the shepherd's orders and made wishes again and again, until one day, a brave black lamb spoke up, shattering the flock's facade, their illusion of a peaceful and happy life. Black lamb got in their way, and that of the shepherd's greedy pursuit, sparking hatred in their hearts. Suddenly, they could no longer ignore the blood and ashes of past sacrifices littering the ground. How do you like my story? What really happened here? The black lamb who rebelled against the innocent maiden sacrificed, and the villagers who turned on it. They had it. All the shepherd had to do was execute the rebel. That's how he kept the flock in check. Fun answer, but no. I was never the shepherd. Never will be. You and I. Well then. Let's see if this black lamb is good.